the outside of the front row. Dave Darling and Mike Brightman, row number 2, looking for the green. Tim Bolduc looks them over, looking for the green. We're underway, and Darrell Stanfield with a big jump on the outside, leads it. Here comes Fournier back down low.
They're going to battle door to door, give the advantage into 3. Dive bomb by
Trouble
Fournier.
down in the middle of the corner, 2 cars together, and it looks like the 39 of Lascuola and the 03 of Kenny Spencer. Going down the backstretch, and the 1 of Darrell Stanfield. But Colbey was not far behind him and jumped right back underneath before we went green. Looking for it off of turn number 4. Up on the throttle they come. Green flag is underway. We're back under green.
Down into turn number 1. Colbey Fournier escapes with the lead. Dave Darling right there in tow, and Darrell Stanfield in his rear view as well as they come off 4.
Off the corner they come to complete lap number 1. And right now, Colbey Fournier is in charge, but Darling trying to get back to the top. Stanfield trying to settle into 3rd, but he's got the 17 of Arrenegado right there behind him.
Down into turn 2, down the backstretch. Stanfield holds the 3rd spot over Vinnie Arrenegado, looking for more. Off 4 across the stripe. Stanfield and Arrenegado continue to battle.
Down into turn number 1. They come off the corner. Right now the battle is for 3rd. Vinnie Arrenegado down to the inside of Darrell Stanfield. Gets a good run through turns 3 and 4, but doesn't have it that time at the stripe. Down off at 2. Here comes Stanfield back up on the outside.
Dave Darling peppering the back bumper of Colbey Fournier, looking for his opportunity, trying to go for the lead, down in 1 and 2.
Top 2 and a bit of a breakaway off at the second corner. And how about that run? Colbey Fournier of Darrell Stanfield still holding on tight up on the outside, as Arrenegado has not been able to make a run, but while they run side by side, all of a sudden up into the top 6. Here comes that 30 of Burns as Brightman starts to go to work on Arrenegado.
Here they go, off of 4, across the stripe. Fournier and Dave Darling under a blanket. They continue to battle down the backstretch into 3 and 4.
Nose to tail, top 2 and a bit of a breakaway. Stanfield sits 3rd. 4th is Arrenegado. Brightman rounds out the top 5. 7 make it 8 laps up on the board, and the top 2 have opened up a 5-car length advantage down the backstretch.
Down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Stanfield still holding that 3rd spot. Here comes Vinnie Arrenegado looking for it in 1 and 2.
The battle between Mark Jenison and Jacob Burns has gotten heated. They come through turns 3 and 4, and trouble for the 46 of Estrella shoots up the racetrack down in turn 3 and 4, and that's going to bring out the 2nd caution of the event. Dave Darling, the bottom groove. We'll see how that works for him when we come off of turn number 4, 1/4 of the way through this. 10 down, 30 to go. Tim Bolduc looks the field over. Up on the throttle, green flag is out. Kenny Spencer just making it back out and down into 1. Darling looking for the lead, has a 1/2 a car length advantage down into 3.
Here we go, diving back though, Colbey Fournier. Colbey Fournier looking for the lead. Dave Darling down into 1 and 2 with the lead and off 2.
Battle for that 4th spot. Look at Jenison working that outside lane with the 1 of Stanfield hanging tight down low. The 27 of Brightman, the 30 of Burns, the 12 of Pelland, all in that dogfight down into 1.
Dave Darling skates away with the lead. He's opened that advantage up. Here comes Vinnie Arrenegado looking for 2nd as Colbey Fournier has fallen back into his trap here across the stripe.
Brightman continues to work the inside of Stanfield as they roll down into 1. When Jenison tried the inside, Stanfield was able to stave him off. We'll see what happens this time. They come off the corner. That's the battle for 5th with Brightman on the inside, Stanfield up top.
And out front right now, Dave Darling putting on a clinic down into 3. He's opened up the advantage as the 16 of Fournier runs 2nd, Vinnie Arrenegado 3rd, Mark Jenison runs 4th, and rounding out the top 5, it's Darrell Stanfield.
Burns with a bold move, dives underneath the 27 of Brightman. Now he takes a look to the inside of Stanfield for 5th. They come off the corner. Arrenegado peeking to the inside of Colbey Fournier. Fournier shuts the door.
The battle continues right now. They've closed the gap. Second, third, and fourth. Mark Jenison into the picture, going on the high line, looking for a position, contacting trouble over in turn 4.
The 30 of Burns had a run to the inside. Stanfield tried to shut the door. Burns was already there, and that's going to bring out the third yellow of this event. Bristol Toyota Pace Truck pulls down to the center of the infield. Darling, Fournier, wind it up off the corner. There's a green flag. We're back underway. Colbey trying to hang tight up on the outside as they roll off of turn number 2. Colbey, Fournier edging out into 3 and 4. Look at Jenison work the outside off of 4.
Here we go. Colbey, Fournier back to the lead in turns 1 and 2. Dave Darling going to check into the second spot. Mark Jenison all over the back bumper as they go down into 3 and 4.
3 cars in a dogfight at the top of the field. Darling continues to work the inside lane. Fournier up top, a half a car length. Jenison right up on their tail. Arrenegado fourth. Burns rounds out the top 5.
19 laps. It'll be 20 on the board. Halfway home as they go across the stripe. Out front, Colbey, Fournier leads Dave Darling down the backstretch.
Into 3 and 4 they go, and off the corner they come. Darling back down to the inside. They roll down into turns 1 and 2. Darling down low. Fournier up top. Into 3 and 4 they go. Double wide for the lead.
Mark Jenison sitting in the catbird seat watching these two battle for the lead right in front of him as Vinnie Arrenegado has checked back into this battle. He's looking for third here as they go down the backstretch.
Top 4 double wide off of 4. Fournier up top, Darling down low. Fournier continues a half a nose advantage down at the stripe. Into the corner they go. Jenison sits third, Arrenegado fourth. Those 4 cars under a blanket, down into 3, trouble down into 2. As Jeremy Lilly got crossed up, he gathers it back in. We stay green.
They continue green. Out front, here comes Dave Darling. Colbey, Fournier has the advantage. Vinnie Arrenegado looking for third. They continue to battle. Sparks fly off 4.
Off the corner they come. Dead heat that time at the stripe. Darling trying to close back to the top of the leaderboard. Oh, so close that last time. Into 3. Fournier again. Edges out, but off of 4. Darling motors on. And another dead heat at the stripe. 0.002 of a second difference.
26 laps on the board, 14 to go. Dave Darling, Colbey, Fournier, they have been the class of the field. They continue to battle as they come across the stripe.
Darling now gets some rhythm going down to the inside. A little bit of an advantage, about a half a car length. Fournier up on the outside. Meanwhile, Arrenegado up into third. Here comes Burns into the top 5. He's into that top 5 fight. All 5 cars under a blanket.
28 laps on the board. The top 5 right now, Dave Darling, Colbey, Fournier, Vinnie Arrenegado, Mark Jenison, and Jacob Burns. They are the class of the field as the 17 gets loose coming across the stripe. Yellow flag out.
Came off a turn 4 in the back end, just snapped out from underneath the Anubis Limited number 17, and the caution comes out with 12 laps remaining. Colbey, Fournier second. Third is Mark Jenison. Fourth is the 30 of Jacob Burns. Off of turn 4 they come. Back underway we go. Down into 1. And Fournier hanging tight on the inside as they come off at 2. Look at Burns trying to three-peat as he's up to third.
Here we go. Dave Darling with the nose advantage off of 4 across the stripe. Dave Darling as Fournier gets loose.
Trouble
cars
on the
wall.
front stretch. The 10 goes around down the front stretch. We got debris on the front stretch and heavy damage to Jeremy Lilly's number 3. Bristol Toyota Pace Truck takes that hard left-hand turn off at turn number 2. Dave Darling, your leader. Colbey, Fournier second. Jacob Burns and Mark Jenison, the 2-time champion, fourth. Up on the throttle. Off of 4 they come. We're back underway.
Down into 1. Give the advantage to Darling. Darling escaping with the lead, bringing Mark Jenison in tow. It'll be 10 laps to go at the stripe.
10 more circuits to go. And look at the 39 of Nick Lascuola. All of a sudden, he finds himself battling in the top 5. He's looking for more here tonight as he works that top lane.
How about Mark Jenison looking for second spot? He has the nose advantage there. They're going to try to chase down Dave Darling in the final 9 laps, down into 3 and 4.
Up on the outside, Lascuola following through. Fournier trying to hold on. Burns looking for a way by. They roll down into turn number 1. Darling starts to put a little breathing room.
He is going to open up that lead, but Mark Jenison on the podium right now, looking for a second place finish, looking for more down into 1 and 2.
Fournier pushes it hard on the inside. Look at Burns. Take a look down to the inside. Not enough room, settles it in down into 3. Double wide for 3rd, 4th. Here comes Burns underneath Lascuola as Lascuola backslides just a hair.
It'll be 5 laps to go here at the stripe. Dave Darling looking to go back to victory lane for the first time in 2025. 5 laps with him in a victory.
Burns on the inside gets a run, but look at Lascuola with the crossover down low. Underneath Burns, they come off the corner. The pair of rookies battle for the number 4 spot.
And Billy Jura is going to go around over in 4. Yellow flag will slow this one down.
4 laps to go. The field is getting tightened. And just like that.
Well.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water. Darling again takes the outside lane. Jenison on the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 laps to go for the Pro Stocks as the Bristol field. Hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to go. Tim Bolduck looks him over. They wind him up off of 4. Green flag unfurls. We're back underway.
Here we go. Down into 1. Mark Jenison on the low line. Dave Darling checks out with the lead by a nose. Into 3 and 4. Here we go. It's a Hornet's Nest.
Lascuola throws it in deep contact between Fournier, Lascuola, and Burns. Sends both cars around. We're right back under yellow. We'll bring the field down with Mark Jenison on the inside. 4 laps to go. The Bristol Toyota Pace Truck heads pit side. We're ready to go off of 4, looking for the green. Up on the throttle, Jenison and Darling down into 1 side by side.
Here we go. Mark Jenison with a nose advantage into 3 and 4. Sparks flying. Mark Jenison looking to get back to victory lane.
Darling with a crossover move down into 1. Trying to get back down to the inside, but Jenison's able to hold him off that time.
How about Mark Jenison? We have not said his name a lot this season. He's in a position to get back to victory lane here tonight. 2 laps left to go.
Trouble on the front stretch for Billy Jurris as he bounces off the outside wall. Gets that car out of harm's way, but that's going to bring out a yellow with just 2 laps remaining. And I can tell you right now, Dave Darling is not happy.
No. Dave Darling is not happy. And Mark Jenison, with the potential to return to victory lane here in the Pro Stock tonight.
Is Fournier. So Jenison again has elected the inside lane. Is going to need a perfect restart. Hold on to your hats, boys and girls. The 3 most exciting words in motorsports. Green, white, checker finish. Jenison, Darling, off of 4. Wind it up. There's a green flag. We're back underway.
Down into turn 1. Mark Jenison with a nose advantage. Here comes Dave Darling on the high line into 3 and 4 looking for the lead.
Into 3 and 4. Jenison battles back. Off the corner they come. Down to the stripe. Darling by 25 thousandths that time. Wheel to wheel at the top of the field into 3 and 4 for the final time. Jenison with the run. Darling tries a crossover move. Not going to get it done. Mark Jenison finds himself back in victory lane. Second to Darling. And the 12 of Bobby Pelland rounds out the podium. Mark, it's been a little bit of time since you and I got a chance to talk with the checkered flag in your hand. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. It feels good to be back. I mean, to beat David, David's the best in the business. You know, we ran each other strong and hard, and, you know, it was a great race. You know, I got to thank my sponsors first thing. You know, Mega Disposal, thank you for everything, man. They're here tonight. Thank you. This is for you guys. This is for you guys. The Stefano brothers, they've been helping us for a few years now. They've been awesome to us. Jim and Casey Richards, Mrs. Richards' mom, Addie Cam West, all my crew, my guys did a great job today on 2 cars that were struggling, but the first car was better than this one, so I don't know what happened there. But, you know, I got to thank everybody that comes every week, and, you know, Dave Alburn and the Vendetti family for all they do for this sport here that we're trying to keep going. And, you know, nobody appreciates it more than us drivers out here. And, you know, we got to always thank our troops, our veterans, our first responders. You know, they're always on our minds, and they should be on our minds, you know, because they do everything great for us. So thank you all for coming tonight, and thanks for hanging around.
All right, Mark Jenison back in victory lane tonight. Congratulations. And Dave, a rough restart late in the race, but the car felt good, looked good for a bit, just a little bit off.
Yeah, the restarts weren't in our favor. We had a better, after 5-lap car. Mark was fast. He had a quick car off the jump on a restart. You know, and I don't know, I was trying to wonder if we were running like a timed race, 2-hour race or whatever. So, I think it was the longest race of the night, and it was regular laps. So, they got to clean some stuff up. These aren't demo cars, for the back of the pack or whatever. But Mark did a good job. I mean, that's racing. He did what he needed to do to secure the win, and we were just not quite quick enough tonight,
How often are we going to see you this year? I know you're running a part-time schedule.
Well, you guys got a lot of longer races back-to-back, so I'll probably be here for a little while.
I know you got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank Jeff Bellier for putting a setup in and trying some stuff to see if we can't get more speed. Johnson Landscaping, Seekonk Grand Prix, my dad, Sophie for coming and supporting, my family, Diane. Water Whiz, it's going to be nice and hot this week. Go cool down on some slides for like the 50 people that are still here. And have some fun.
Congratulations. Welcome back. Second place finish for David Darling and Bobby Pelland rounding out the podium here tonight. And Bob, you've been struggling with this thing. It seems like you're just missing a little piece.
Yeah, no, we've definitely been struggling all year. I was joking. I mean, I guess it's good when you struggle when you have 4 top 5s. But, yeah, it's definitely not where it's supposed to be or where it has been the last few years. But we made big gains tonight. I want to thank all my guys. I mean, I don't think there's something we didn't touch on this car tonight, this week. Absolutely threw the kitchen sink at it. So I think we're making gains. I think we're getting better. The main thing is keep it in one piece. Some of these guys out here are racing like we have $150,000 demo cars. It's very clear who works on their car and pays their bills and who doesn't. I want to thank Cardinal & Company, A&A Auto Parts, Synergies Metals Recycling, Marchetti's, Joe's Tree Service, 401 Polk Supply, Sam's Auto Sales, and Itzy & Co. See, I'm struggling, and I got new sponsors, so I don't have enough practice. I got to look at the car.
That's okay. That's what it's there for. A good run for third, Bobby. Congratulations. How about a round of applause for our podium finishers here tonight? Third place,